Welcome to the Honor Wrestling and to another edition of NXT Out of 10. And yeah, big show today, the first NXT of 2024, New Year's Evil, and yeah, we had some big matches going down. We were supposed to have an NXT Championship match, which we didn't get. And yeah, we had the NXT Women's Championship online, the final of the breakout tournament, much more. LWO were on the card, but we started things off with the women's title match, Lyra Valkyrie taking on Blair Davenport, and Lyra was too fast, escaping a strikes fair challenge. The Valkyrie took her down with a confident roundhouse kick and a cross-legged Samoan driver for the win. Afterwards, Lola Vice ran out to cash out her breakout contract. But Paxi made a save. Lopez got involved, but Paxi and Valkyrie sent them running. It was a good match as Valkyrie continues to deliver in title defences. It's a shame she's not defending more regularly, but hopefully that will come this year. Davenport looked dangerous. But not quite at the same level as Lyra. Down the stretch, Valkyrie had a leg up on her, winning in a clean and definitive fashion. Davenport should transition to a full feud with Nikita Lyons, which would make sense, while Valkyrie will focus on Cora Jade. I think, yeah, that's the direction we're looking to go in for both of these ladies, and yeah, definitely makes sense. So it gets a 7 out of 10 from me. Good match, and I think, yeah, definitely the right result. Before it's time for the LWO versus No Quarter Catch crew, with Dragon Lee unfortunately stuck in Mexico due to visa issues, Carlito was Dragon Lee's replacement. LWO ran over their opponents. Carlito hit Damon Kemp with a backstabber, and then Cruz del Toro connected with 450 splash to get the win. It was a solid match, but it lacked serious heat. Without Dragon Lee involved, Carlito worked this as a veteran that was bigger than the action. The action was crisp throughout, especially from Del Toro on Wild against talented heroes. It just had to be more than the previous week's build-up. No Quarter Catch crew have failed time and time again, unless Charlie Johnson pulls off a major upset in all Japan and captures the Triple Crown. The group kind of lacks all credibility, but at the same time, yeah, I thought it was a fun match. Great to see Carlito on NXT. That spot by Wild was absolutely incredible, and the right result. And I think, yeah, just fun to see the main roster in NXT. So I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Before it was time for Roxanne Perez versus Ariana Grace. Grace was no match for Perez despite her overconfidence. The Prodigy put her away with the pot rocks. Afterwards, Grace kept goading Perez until she attacked her. The Prodigy refused to let up, and the referee decided to reverse the pinfall, awarding Grace the win. This was a notable performance from Grace, who stepped up against Perez. The two have chemistry to spare, but could further lead into the feud in the future. The dynamic worked wonders to sell both of them growing character. The Prodigy has learned more into growing angry, showing off the personality more than she ever has done. The result was certainly unique. But could work in a long-term storyline. Personally, at the time, I wasn't convinced, but I'm going to give it time. I'm not sure where this Roxanne Perez's character is going. I think, in a way, I kind of like it, but I always thought of her as kind of like an eternal babyface, so I'm going to give it time to see where it goes. But for this line, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Moving on into Fallon Henry versus Tiffany Stratton. Stratton and Henry beat each other right throughout this personal fight. The Center of the Universe tried to use a steel chair. After the ref pulled it away, Henry blasted Stratton with a running knee to win. Stratton and Henry just clicked. These two were in a pure brawl that worked because the two were in sync throughout. It was not a show stealer, but it absolutely worked. It was a physical battle with a top woman that ended perfectly. After all the teasing, Henry was definitively beaten the Center of the Universe. While this will force Stratton to work a ranch hand for a day, it's more important in setting up Henry as a top contender. It would not be surprising if the story leads to Stratton and Henry tagging together, building a team that can immediately challenge for the women's tag titles on the main roster. But yeah, let's see where it goes. I think it's a fun match, and yeah, I think the stuff that coming afterwards will also be pretty fun to do with it as well. So yeah, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. It was then the final of the men's breakout tournament of Femi versus Riley Osborne. Femi dominated Osborne with ease early on, but the chase shoot and pushed through to get back in the fight. Femi cut him off with pure power, winning a pop-up elevated powerbomb. The strength of Femi is impressive to watch. His power was on display in this contest. Memory throwing Osborne around. He's a fun watch, and yeah, that will translate into the big matches. He was the right man to win. Osborne has not yet figured it all out. He's a solid high flyer, but yeah, I think probably needs more time before getting such a big spotlight. Femi stands out immediately. He has genuine star power and looks like the best NIL recruitment. Where he still needs work is definitely character focus. Once he focuses on that, he will be a big member of WWE. I've got no doubt going forward. So I think, yeah, the right result. There's still stuff you can do with Riley, especially with Chase Sheet, but I think definitely the right result and a fun match too. Moving on into our main event, Trick Williams versus Grayson Waller. After Dragunov could not be cleared for tonight, Waller mocked Trick Williams before backstage until Carmelo announced that Trick would fight him with his title on the line. Shawn Michaels announced the former NXT champion was interested in this match. It was Kevin Owens who blasted Waller with a right hand. This set Trick up with a running knee to win. And yeah, I thought this was going to be Andrade, but it turned out to be Owens. Obviously makes sense in terms of the storyline stuff. After a night in where the women of NXT delivered in spades, it was odd for this match to be thrown together in the main event when, yeah, you could have won the women's matches. Trick and Waller worked hard though to make the most of the opportunity. It was a solid test for Trick, who remains as a partial unknown as a singles main eventer. The two delivered a solid main event match that will likely be forgotten in the coming weeks, but absolutely adds more to the Trick Mello Waller KO feuds. Trick's best friend quality continues to try and ruin Carmelo's. Studios moment quietly without success. And yeah, I don't know, this gets a 5 out of 10 from me. I'm nothing to do with the action itself. I thought it was perfectly fine, but I didn't really like the way, to be honest. They just deliberately misadvertised where we thought we were going to get this match and then didn't, and then kind of ended up with something that almost definitely wasn't as good. So yeah, I didn't really like that. But it's nice to see Kevin Owens. I think it advances the story, and I just hope we get that match soon, because I was really hyped for that match, I can't lie. So I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. Just because of the misadvertising, to be honest. Overall, NXT this week gets a 6 out of 10 from me. I thought, pretty solid episode of NXT this week. I really enjoyed lots of the women's stuff throughout. I thought the first few matches on the card were really, really strong. On the whole, just a pretty decent card on the whole. Just wish we got that Iliad trick match, because I was really hyped by that. But when we get that, it's going to be great. But anyway, guys, that's it really. Thanks so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Next what's for daily wrestling news and subscribe to the channel. It's going to be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.